Bahamians living abroad are helping those of us back home gain a better understanding of their COVID-19 prevention methods. Lloyd Allen spoke with a Bahamian living in France and working as an education consultant. He has been on lockdown for more than a month.
And continuing with our look at Bahamians outside of our borders on the international front facing this issue of COVID-19, this morning we're speaking with Kyle Dorset. He's located in the area of Paris, the city. Good morning, Kyle. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great. Now, I know that you've been there for several years. You're an education policy consultant. Talk to us about how long the lockdown has durated there in Paris.
The lockdown has lasted for, tomorrow will make a month. It shut down on March 17th. So it's been about a month now. And it's expected to go until May 11th.
So paint a picture for us. Obviously, when we talk about a lockdown, is it a 24-hour lockdown, partial day lockdown? How is it for you?
Well, it's a lockdown in the sense that, excuse me, it's a lockdown in the sense that it is, you only have an hour to go outside. And you have to walk outside with a form that states where you're going and why you're going. So if you're going to the food store, you have to say where you're going and why. And then if you're stopped by the police, you have to show it. You have to show them that, and plus your ID. If not, you can be fined. So sometimes, if you want to go for a run, you have to have that form with you at all times. They only have a few ways for you. There are only a few options for you to actually go outside. So either you're going to the food store, or you're going to the pharmacy, or if you're sick, you have to go to the hospital, or you can go for a run. But that's what it is.
Now, I'm not very familiar with the region that you are in, the region of Paris, but talk to us about the region where you live, and also on your journey to the food store. What do you normally see outside of the COVID environment, and how has that transformed since the lockdown?
Well, normally when I'm going to the food store, which is about a 10-minute walk from where I live, it's usually, the city's quite bustling. There's a lot of people, a lot of cars. And you have a lot of children around, and it's a bit noisy. But now, because of the lockdown, it is empty. It looks like a ghost town, and I'm very cautious. You have to think twice about what you touch, and you have to keep distance from people. So if you go in the pharmacy, there's actually a long line outside the pharmacy. If you go to the food store, there's a long line. You have to wait, and it's encouraged that you keep your distance. So we try to practice social distancing, but it's a bit it's very different from what I'm used to.
Now, I know another concern that I haven't heard a lot on the local or international front, a major issue for us black men. Obviously, you want to take care of your grooming and get your hair cut. These sort of things are considered, most people don't see, but it's a very important aspect of staying looking good, especially for someone who has a professional job. You, of course, being in a profession where that's required, and of course, with ongoing virtual meetings. How do you make your way around keeping groomed and looking your best?
It is, I'm glad you asked that question. It is a daily struggle, because when I meet with clients, now I have to try my best to brush my hair, to comb my hair. It is really hard because I haven't been to the barber in a month. And so it's quite problematic and stuff. So most of the clients, they all know and stuff, because I might be a little scruffy on online, but my client might be scruffy as well. And so we kind of understand that it's a bit of a rough situation. But usually I will maybe wear, if I'm meeting a client, I'll wear a shirt and tie, and try to look as professional as possible. It isn't easy now. But as soon as this lockdown is over, the first place I'm going to go is to the barber.
Excellent. Now, of course, one of the biggest questions coming in from around the world: how and when do we get back to normalcy? What are you hearing from officials there in France as to the road back to normalcy? What are some of those things that have to happen there?
Well, the president, Emmanuel Macron, he gave a speech a few days ago, and he said that we're going to open in stages the economy again. So on May 11th, there's going to be a partial opening. So schools will be, primary schools and high schools will be open, but universities will remain closed, and a lot of businesses will remain closed.
Well, hoping for the best, but definitely prepared for the worst. Kyle Dorsett, thank you so much for speaking with us all the way from France.